Miami at Buffalo. Buffalo's a 6.5 point favorite. I loved it on Sunday night when it was at 6. I bet it at 6. You can see that in the Action Network app. Tua is 2-10 straight up, 3-8-1 against the spread away from home versus winning teams in his NFL career. Before the season begins, Evan Abrams, director of research, everyone loves him. He gives like massive packets. If you read his story on a weekly basis, you can see all the data that he has. So he gives all this information on quarterbacks, coaches, teams, trends. And then I'll like make my notes and I'll pull them aside and I'll make my own little packets for individual things. So I had been waiting for Tua to go to the Bills so we could talk about this game because he's been especially bad against the Bills. 0-7 straight up, 1-6 versus Josh Allen. I just have no reason not to bet the Bills here.
I would say, is that on the road or is that at home, that record? I'm assuming it's at home that Josh Allen's dominated, but it could be on the road as well. I mean,
He's
I just
been
had that.
It's 0-7 straight up, 1-6 against Josh Allen. So that's throughout his career.
Oh, wow. Because I was going to say, I will never forget, we had a cover where basically the Bills outgained Miami by like 300 yards in Miami. I mean, you still covered that Miami bet. So I'm shocked they didn't win that game as well. But we had this one circled. I didn't care if the professionals are coming on Miami and that they were going to try to bully us again this week. There is no way this isn't one of our 5. Like, I love this favorite. I bet this favorite. I will have this in a ton of teasers. I'm happy to lose money on this type of bet just because Josh Allen has been so good to me in these type of spots in this exact kind of game where it's his team versus a bad team. I get it. They're desperate. This is for their season. Josh Allen coming off a huge road win. You expect them to have a letdown game. I don't think so. I think they view this as a divisional game with a team they do not like and a game they know if they win this, they basically close out their division for the most part. Midway through the season. I mean, they're about to close out their division on whatever it is, November 3rd, November 2nd, which has just got to be the greatest feeling ever as a fan. So, I love this for the Bills. It's a statement game. It's a great number right now, especially there's a couple of books showing 6 still. I mean, I love that. Maybe me and you will get lucky and we'll get a 5.5 come Thursday in our contest would just be an absolute gift. So, the matchup wise, there are ways that Miami can attack this Bills defense. We've seen that the Bills defense does have some weaknesses, but overall, offensively, I love this matchup for the Bills. Like, I can't see them punting more than twice in this entire game. Like, there's just so many ways for them to attack it. And we've seen it time and time again. Like, even going back to that game they played early in the year, sure, it was a little fluky, right? Because Tua had those really bad turnovers and then got banged up. But they were getting dominated in a bunch of different ways in that game. Like, they're forcing Tua in uncomfortable positions because they've just seen that offense so many times at this point, right? I mean, that's the thing with being in the same division. And there is no defense for Josh Allen. Like, when Josh Allen's on, you can't beat him. And he didn't even have that great of a game last week. It was really about this new identity, right, with Joe Brady, and they can run the ball down your throat, which is what they could do here against this Miami team. So, they got Cook, Ray Davis, whoever it is, the running back on this team right now. It doesn't matter, right? As long as you have Josh Allen back there, and that counts for another defender to be in the box that has to watch Josh Allen, that's always going to be an advantage to the running back. So, clearly people can tell I love this matchup for this Bills team, and I'm on this number.
Simon, I'm making it my executive decision.
There you go. Love it.
In 2 games this year, Tua has played, 2.5 games, one of those games against the Bills when he got knocked out. He has struggled to barely beat the Jags, not a very good team, and lost to the Cards, a mediocre team. To me, that makes the Dolphins a middling to not very good team.
Yeah.
And the Bills dominate middling to not very good teams. They are not a team that plays down to their opponent. Even when they are losing in the first half, they find a way to get on that streak and they go 4 or 5 scores in the second half. A bigger-ish number just does not worry me with Josh Allen in this spot.
We talk luck all the time. We will need to get unlucky to not cover this number, honestly.
Yep.
Like, we would need Josh Allen to have 2 turnovers and 2 have the game of his life for us not to cover this number. Just that's how much I think of a mismatch this is for this Bills-Miami team.
All right, exec decision is in. Buffalo Bills.